Hello again and welcome to Shed Talk, my weekly magazine video series looking at the keeping, breeding and showing of cage birds. With, as always, a special focus on the critters that are behind me, the exhibition style budgerigar. So what have we got for you in this particular episode? So over the weekend, or like the weekend that's just gone, I had the Oxford 1910 Cage Bird Society stock show. Only a small show, so not a massive number of birds, but I did manage to get some video of the some of the birds that were there and some of the videos. So we will take a look at that later on in the episode. The other thing that we will do is, my plan is to get the ring number one chick out that we haven't looked at since we put him in the Nursery Flight. So get him out, put him into the breeding cage, and we'll take a quick look at how that chick number one is developing, and perhaps more importantly, we'll give him a bit of extra show cage training for when he goes out to the shows later on in the year. So that will also be in this episode. I also posted on the Facebook page earlier on in the week that we had some full eggs. So we'll have a quick look at the cage where those full eggs are. We may, if we get a chance, take a quick look at a couple of new pairs going into cage number one and cage number two, or my thoughts on those new pairs that are going into there. So that will be the main focus of the episode. I expect there'll be one or two other things that will come up as we're recording this particular episode. I'd like to say a big thank you to all those of you who have recently subscribed to the channel. We've had a massive influx of subscribers to the channel. I say massive. For this particular channel, a massive influx to new subscribers to the channel. So a big welcome to you, and of course a big thank you to all those long-standing subscribers who have taken the time to hit the like button, because I mentioned it a few episodes ago. If we increase the number of likes, it increases the visibility and increases the opportunity for new subscribers. So those of you that have hit the like button and got those 30 extra likes or 30 likes per video that we were aiming for have contributed to those extra subscribers. On the last couple of videos, or certainly the last 3 or 4 videos, I think we've hit the 40 likes. So let's see if we can get 50 likes on this video or some of the other videos. That would certainly, as I say, help the channel to grow. So do hit the like button, a big thumbs up on the like button. If you just found the video and you're not yet a subscriber, then do subscribe to the channel, which should be down there. There should be a subscribe somewhere down there. So do subscribe to the channel. So what we'll do now then is I will get ring number one chick out for us to have a look at. Whilst I'm doing that, why don't you have a look at the highlights from Oxford 1910. Well, I've got ring number 1 out. This is the cinnamon grey opaline. It's a hen, I believe. So yep, so she's now in the show cage that's behind me. You can't see her. So the first thing I would say is she's not a natural show bird. She doesn't naturally perch like some birds you'll put in the show cage and they'll just jump straight on the perch. She's not a natural show bird, so she's not one that goes straight up onto the perch. She's been in the cage for a little while now, so she's had probably about an hour to settle in there. So we'll have a look at her. I'll try and get her up on the perch, and hopefully she will begin to learn what she's supposed to do in the show cage. And then over the next few weeks we'll carry on getting her out, popping her into the show cage and see how she gets on in there. So let's have a quick look then at what she looks like. So here we can see ring number 1, a opaline cinnamon grey. You might remember that this bird was, I hate to say rescued, but there were 3 full eggs in the cage. First 2 hatched and mum didn't feed. So we moved the final egg and this is the result. We moved it into another cage and it was fostered and brought up very well. So it's just a shame we didn't catch the other 2 if they all were to turn out as reasonable as ring number 1. We did say he was quite a nice bird when we first looked at him before he went into the nappy flight, and we can see he is continuing to develop. Not overly happy or overly confident in the show cage, but he you know, he's settling a little bit better than he had been, and certainly learning how to get up once requested to by the offering of the judging stick. So he's quite a long bird, and you can probably see it here, he is quite a long bird, and so he's lost a little bit of the bulk that we had originally, and that's not unusual when you first move a bird across from the breeding cage into the nappy flight, because it obviously is a little bit stressful. Showing himself quite well here. I think overall he's going to be quite a nice little budgerigar, and we will follow him through, as I say, see how he gets on. And I think we can see now that he's getting used to a little bit more used to the show cage, although still wants to drop down to the bottom of the cage. But with a little bit of encouragement with the judging stick, he does come back up again. So there we go, ring number 1 for another couple of weeks. We'll have a look at him again, or her, in another few weeks and see how she looks then. I will in the meantime try and give her a little bit more showcase training, so perhaps she's a bit steadier. I'll have to get a few of the others out as well, and we can perhaps compare her to some of her counterparts, some of the other ones that hatched about the same time as she did. Anyway, ring number 1. I hope you enjoyed that little look at ring number 1. So, and like I say, we'll follow her through over the coming months until we manage to find a show for her to go out to. Touch wood. Like I did say, she's not a natural show bird, but I think with a little bit more training in the show cage, she'll learn to perch whenever asked to by the judge. So yeah, a little bit more showcase training, but there's a little bit of time before we need to worry about that. Actually not a bad looking bird. She is quite a big bird. I think we saw that when we first looked at her before we popped her into the nursery flight, and she's still got quite a bit of growing to do. So touch wood, will make quite a nice hen. Anyway, I did say that we had some full eggs, and like I say, those of you that have been on the Facebook page, if you haven't, go over and have a look at the Facebook page. I did post a picture of the eggs, and you can see that picture here, and actually it's from the cage behind me, so cage number 3, which is the pair that I thought this is a very heavily feathered hen. You may remember that we put to, so I think it's a dark green hen that we put to a cinnamon sky blue. I'm really pleased that we have got some eggs off this bird, and she's now, although there were only 5, you could see 5 in the picture, so she has now laid 6. First 3 are definitely full. In the last episode, or it might have been the episode before that, I think I said that I thought that the first one was clear. Turns out that I was wrong. It is full, and the second and third egg are full, so touch wood, all 6 of these are likely to be full. It's really strange because whenever she's out of the nest box, but prior to laying, she didn't really show that much interest in the cockbird, and whilst the cockbird was, trying to feed her, she kept chasing him away. So it just goes to show that she's obviously a bit shy and didn't want to show any affection whilst I was in here. So, but good news for cage number 3, and I think I've got some real hopes for this cage. You watch now, they'll all turn out to be, Joey's. But yeah, I've got some real hopes for this particular pairing. So really good start for pair number 3. Well, to finish off with, we're going to have a quick look at a new pair for cage number 1. But before we do that, there was another question that came in via the comment section on the last YouTube video, and it was about rings. And this came in from Steve Ledo, I think is how you pronounce his surname, Steve Ledo, and he asked about the size of the rings that were on the BS website, and I thought I'd just, give my answer here. I've already done the answer in the comment section, but give my answer here as well. And he was basically saying that there are 2 ring sizes on the Budgerigar Society website. This is over here in the UK, and it says standard size and then another size for colour budgerigars, and he wanted to know what the difference was. So the standard size is the size for the exhibition style budgerigar, and that's because they're quite a big bird, and the ring size is correct for the larger exhibition size budgerigars. The ring where it says for colour budgerigars is the smaller budgerigars of colour, and these birds are, and I think we saw them right at the end of the Oxford 1910 video, they're much smaller, much more like the wild type budgerigar, I suppose, and as such they require a slightly smaller ring. So that's the reason why there are 2 different ring sizes. If you've got exhibition style budgerigars, then you require the standard size ring, which is a larger ring, and if you've got budgerigars of colour, then you require the ring for the colour budgerigars. I hope that makes sense. And I forgot to mention in the last episode, the question that came in about supplements came in from, I just double checked, it came in from Neil. So thank you very much, Neil, for asking that question. So the questions are always much appreciated. So if you do have any more questions about anything at all, whether it's to do with the video, something you've seen in the video or not, do just pop it in the comment section, and I will answer it in the comment section, but may also answer it on one of the videos as well. So there we are, that was the final questions. What we'll do now is we'll have a look at the new pair for cage 1. So here is the new pairing. Cockbird is on the right, as you look at it, which is the dominant pied opaline cinnamon sky blue. This bird is off the grey family, and the main area when I look back at when I did the assessment, the main area this bird was lacking was the depth of mask around it, although it need improving on a number of other areas as well. It's not stood particularly well. Earlier it was standing really nicely, and it did have a real nice style about it. Maybe when it settles a bit more, it will, once it gets used to me talking, it will begin to show that again. So when I got this bird out, I better just say this bird came 5th out of all of the cock birds in the original rundown. So yeah, so that's the cock bird. On the left-hand side is the hen, which is a cinnamon light green hen, and this bird came 3rd out of all of the hens. This bird is off of the blue family, so is one of the many daughters of the cobalt, and this bird had a really nice depth of mask when I did the assessment. So I thought, having looked at the paper pairing, these two birds seem to complement each other quite nicely on paper, and having looked at them in the cage together, my guess is there's no obvious reason why I shouldn't pair these two birds together. Not closely related at all. I think great grandparents, when I looked at it, is probably the closest we've got. So again, that's fine from my point of view in terms of line breeding. This pair will go into cage number 1. Again, let me know your thoughts on this particular pair. With them both being cinnamon, we're only going to get cinnamon birds out of these. Not that I'm overly concerned about being overrun with cinnamon, I know some people are. Should get some dominant pieds hopefully, and given that the hen is split for blue, father was a cobalt, we should get some blues as well, some more blues, as well as possibly some greens. And of course any opalines will be hens. So there we go. This is the next pair to go down, and as I say, this pair will go into cage number 1, and is, I believe, my pair 11. We'll see how this pair gets on then. Well, I put that latest pair into cage number 1, that is directly behind me. Let them settle in, see how they get on. And that brings us to the end of another video or another episode. Don't forget, if you enjoy it, please do hit the like button. Let's see if we can get to between 40 and 50 likes on this video. That would be much appreciated. But until the next video, as always, please do stay safe and enjoy your birds.